ಹಾ ಆರಾಮ ಊಟ
Okay, good morning, my dear students. Good morning to all. So today I will discuss about CAD/CAM and robotics. Okay, um, okay, so CAD and CAM. So CAD is a design software. CAD is a design software. CAM is a manufacturing software. So individually, so uh, they are not used as they are not give automation, but so when we integrate them, so we will get the automation. So here the definition of CAD/CAM, it refers to the use of computers to assist design and manufacturing activities. So which are performed in an integrated manner. So when they are performed in an integrated manner and not as individual of automation. Okay. So when they are performed in an integrated manner, so the benefits of integration are many, which are when we compare to use of computers in a non-integrated manner. Okay. So for example, individually, if you have, if you are working on CAD and CAM, okay. So with the CAD you can draw the drawings only, and with the CAM you can only manufacture the product. But so when we integrate them, so the true integration between CAD and CAM, so it forms the bottleneck for achieving automation. Okay, so integration of CAD and CAM, the benefits of integration of CAD and CAM, which are very larger than the benefits of CAD plus CAM individual. Okay. So who can work on CAD CAM system? So those who have a basic background in engineering knowledge, and those who are familiar with computers and computer programming, so they can do on CAD CAM system. They can work on CAD CAM system. Okay. So actually, CAD CAM system, it is a commercial system. It is a commercially used system. Okay. It is also a low-end PC-based system. Okay. So the system which is a low-end PC-based system. So you can also establish an organization. So in that organization, you put a system, CAD CAM system in that organization. You can do the product. You can produce the different products. So what we have, if you have a sufficient knowledge on the product concept, okay, you can also establish an organization. Okay, who utilize it? Who are utilizing the CAD CAM system? So CAD CAM system, it is utilized in different ways by different people. So for example, some may utilize it to produce drawings and document designs only. Some may use it as a visual tool. As a visual tool, it can generate the shaded images and animated displays. Okay. Some may perform engineering analysis on geometric models, which are designed in CAD geometric models. So such analysis software is finite element analysis. Finite element analysis. And finally, the others who are, they may use it to perform process planning and generate NC part programs in CAM manufacturing activities. Okay. So this figure shows the entire product cycle. It is a closed loop cycle from design concept, from product concept to the product delivered to the market, the product at market. Okay, so it is a complete. So it is about a complete product cycle. Okay, so in this product cycle, there are mainly two processes, which are known as the design process and manufacturing process. So under the design process, there are again two sub-processes, which are known as synthesis . Okay, so in design process, there are two sub-processes, synthesis and analysis part. Okay, synthesis, it starts from design need. It starts from design need to design definitions, specifications, and requirements, and then collecting relevant design information and feasibility study, and design conceptualization. So at the end, so design modeling and simulation. Okay, so this comes under the analysis. Okay, so these four elements, from design need to design conceptualization. So these four activities which are comes under synthesis. And so in the analysis, so first we take the design modeling and geometric modeling. So we take it as input to the analysis. Okay. So design analysis. So then after that geometry is sent to the design optimization. So then evaluation, design evaluation. Then after, so results on the documentation of the analysis. Okay, design communication and documentation. Okay, so this is about design process. This entire block it represents the design process. So next, we can come to the manufacturing process. So in manufacturing process, so it starts from process planning. Okay, so here at process planning, they take design documentation, which is from analysis, as an input to the manufacturing activities, manufacturing process. So under the process planning, so the planner will do production planning, so design and procurement of new tools. So tools which are procured for the manufacturing of the desired product, and he has to order the material has to procure from the market, and according to the geometry of the product, we need to generate at this stage, the planner has to generate the NCCNC part programs. Okay, so once the part program is generated, so the CNC NC machines will do the production, and after production of the product, we have to send them the products. We have to send them to the quality control. So where the quality check is done. So then after quality check, products are sent to the packaging to shipping to marketing. So in the market, if the customer is not satisfied with the product, so there is some bad feedback from the customer. So that feedback we have to the market peoples who send those feedbacks to the design lead. So where the people who are working in this design lead, they change the dimensions of the product, and so those changed dimensions sent to the circuit start from design process. So again, synthesis, analysis, and production planning, manufacturing process. So it is a closed loop cycle of the product cycle. Okay, so this is actually done in CAD/CAM system. It is so nowadays this entire system, it is an integrated system. It is an automated system. Okay, it's complete automation system. Okay, so let us discuss one by one. So design process, manufacturing process. Okay, so overview of product cycle. So the product starts from design lead, which is identified based on customers and market's demands. So based on market's demands, so the design lead is modified. And so there are mainly two processes: design process and manufacturing process. So the synthesis and analysis are the main sub processes, so which are under design process. Okay, which are under design process. And so during synthesis, so actually the philosophy of the product, the functionality of the product, and the uniqueness of the product are determined. Okay, during synthesis. Okay, functionality, uniqueness of the product, and philosophy. Okay, which are determined in synthesis. So during synthesis, so in synthesis also, we need to plan financial capital to produce the product to the reality. Okay, and also quality information we have to generate in this synthesis part of in this synthesis phase. So the end goal of the synthesis is the conceptual design of the product. Okay, so here at the end of the synthesis, the concept of design of the product will be ready. So then after it goes to the design analysis. Okay. So CAD design, actually takes the form of a sketch or a layout drawing, which is drawn by people who are working in CAD, so design section. And so that drawing, it shows the relation among the various products in the particular product, various products of the components. Okay, and as well as any surrounding constraints that also we should consider in design process. And during analysis, okay, so in the analysis of process, so it constitutes the design, modeling, and simulation. Design, modeling, and so design modeling, which is known as, so first in analysis we have to convert the geometric model into the design model. I mean, so mathematical model and simulation model. Okay, so then after we can do the design analysis. So after the design analysis, it goes to the design optimization, design evaluation, and finally design communication and documentation. So the quality of results which are at design analysis stage which are directly related to and limited by the quality of the design model we have chosen. So the quality of the design model you have chosen based on it, so the quality of the results of the analysis will be related. Okay. So here, the design has to take some care. He has to ensure that the adequacy of chosen model to a particular design. And he has also to make better design decisions in a shorter period of time. So nowadays market is very complicated. So whatever the decisions the designer has to take should be in a short period of time. Okay. And there are algorithms which can be implemented and utilized for both design analysis and optimization. Okay. And so design optimization, it is embedded in design analysis. Okay. It is embedded in design analysis. So in finite element analysis only, you can do the optimization also. So once the major elements of the design have been analyzed and their nominal dimensions are determined, so the design evaluation phase comes. So what is design evaluation? So what is do? What is how to do in design evaluation? So in design evaluation, we have to build the prototypes. So prototypes either in a laboratory or in a computer for testing the design. Whether the design is how valid, how results are fruitful. Okay. So here, so most often the prototypes are built in computers only. So because there are less expensive if you design if you build the prototype in computer, so it is less expensive and you can generate the prototype in a quick way. Okay. And those prototypes will help the designer to determine other dimensions of the product, which are not analyzed during analysis. Okay, so other dimensions we can also find them by using the prototype. Okay. So the designer can also generate bills of materials, specify the tolerances, and he performs cost analysis also. Okay. So the last phase of the analysis is the design communication and documentation. So what we do in this? So in this, we prepare the drawings, we prepare the reports and presentations of the results. Okay. So after this last phase of analysis, the drawings which are generated at the end of the analysis, they can be utilized to produce. They can be utilized in manufacturing process. They can be utilized in manufacturing as a blueprints. As a blueprints, so those drawings are used in manufacturing process. So those drawings are to be passed to the manufacturing process. Okay. So what are the elements in the manufacturing process? So the manufacturing starts from the process planning and ends with the actual produced product. Okay. So in manufacturing process, there is a CAM process mainly, and after CAM process, there is shipping the product and shipping to the, and then to the marketing, to the market. The product is sent to the market. So if there is any market feedback, it goes to the design lead, starting to the product cycle design lead. Okay. So under the CAM process, what are the activities? So process planning. So there is a process planner. He has to do production planning. So design and procurement of new tools. He has to order the material. He has to convert the geometric model into the NCCNC part programs. So then after it goes to production planning and part programming, and the machines will do the production. Machines produces the products, and after production of the products, those enter the quality control and packaging. Okay. Okay. Process planning. It is actually the backbone of the manufacturing process. So see, in process planning, we actually it attempts to determine the sequence of operations to produce the product. Okay, so a process planner, he must be aware of the various aspects of the manufacturing. So to plan properly, if he has not any idea of different aspects in manufacturing, so the plan he produced is not suitable to manufacture. Okay, so he has to careful about he has to know the knowledge, perception knowledge of the various aspects of manufacturing activities. So the planner, he typically works on blueprints of drawings and may have to communicate so those with the design department of the company to clarify and is there any changes in the product. So in the final design, that it has to fit for the manufacturing requirements. Okay. Okay. The planner, he works with the blueprints of the drawing, and he has to communicate with the design department of the company to clarify the changes and to request for change in the product. And the final design of the product, it has to fit the manufacturing requirements. So the outcome of process planning is a production plan, tools procurement, material order, and machine programming. So there are special manufacturing need, which is known as design of jigs and fixtures, which are to be planned by process planner. Okay. Okay, once the process planning phase is completed, so the actual production of the product begins. Okay, so the produced parts, after production of the products, the produced parts are sent to the quality control, where those parts are inspected. And usually, so they must pass certain standard quality control requirements in the quality department. Okay, so the parts that survive inspection are sent to the assembling section. So where the parts are assembled. And after assembling the parts, so the product will be sent to the packaging department, and where the products are labeled and shipped to customers. Okay. So market feedbacks. Is there any market feedbacks which are very valuable to market the products? Those feedbacks are usually incorporated into the design process, to the input of the design need. And so with the market feedback, so the product cycle will become closable. Okay. So the cycle, so repeatedly, so the product concept is the cycle. Okay. So this figure, from this figure, I would like to few more points about CAD/CAM integration, design and manufacturing integration. So it is similar to product cycle diagram, but here I would like to mention about geometric model. So in the entire integration of design and manufacturing, so the key model is in this automation is a geometric model. So for every department, geometric model is very, very important. For example, so conceptual design. Okay, so conceptual design. So initially, they produce some drawings about the product. Okay, so they send to the geometric model. They modify the geometric model, and here for and in analysis, in FEM analysis, so the input to the analysis is geometric model is essential, and kinematic and dynamic analysis also geometric needs the geometric model. Okay, so to know the design detail, so based using geometric model, you can measure the geometric shape of the product, length, breadth, width, and so on. And shape optimization. So when you optimize the shape of the product, so this model is very important. And to generate part program to the CNC machine, so geometric model, based on geometric model, so we convert the part program from geometric model to part program. And so computer-aided inspection, so it is quality control. So based on the dimensions at geometric model state, which are inspected at the quality control department. And assembly. So during assembly, so geometric model is also in. For example, suppose you want to assemble hollow cylindrical shaft with the solid cylindrical shaft. So the external surface of the solid cylindrical geometry and the internal surface of the hollow cylindrical shaft, when they are exactly when you want to make them, so those surfaces should make suitable. Okay, for all activities, so geometric model is the key model in this CAD/CAM system. Okay, so robotics. where they are working, when industrial robots are working. Okay, so in the quality control department and in the assembling department, so the industrial robots are mainly works. Okay. Okay, so here so I would like to tell about some advantages of automation and disadvantages of automation. Okay, so most of you know the advantage and disadvantages of automation, but once briefly I will tell you, look at these advantages of automation. So the first advantage of automation is industrial point of view. So they may think that they want to increase the productivity. Okay, so definitely by automation we can increase the productivity, and we can also improve the quality of the product, and also before the product is produced, so we can predict the quality of the product by using automation. And also we can maintain the consistency of the output of the product, and so we can reduce the human labor. We can reduce the human labor costs and expenses, and so you can complete tasks. So where a high degree of accuracy is required, you can easily complete the task. So where high degree of accuracy is required. So you can replace human operators in tasks so that involve hard work. Okay. Reduces some occupational injuries. Okay. So it replaces humans in tasks done in dangerous environments, so like at toilet and furnaces. So it performs tasks so that are beyond human capabilities of size, weight, speed, and endurance, etc. It reduces operating time, work handling time significantly, and it provides higher level jobs in the development, deployment, maintenance, and running of the automated processes. Okay, so automation provides only high level jobs. So because you are not directly involved in the production. So just you are monitoring if you are working in that automation. So just monitor how the production is going on. So what are the disadvantages of automation? So here, so there is a security problems. So vulnerability problems. So there is increased relative susceptibility for committing errors. So there are errors. So security of the automation is possible. And there is unpredictable or excessive development costs. Okay. So automation development, it is initially it is a high cost. Okay. So automation, it mainly affects the human labor, from unskilled worker to professional engineer and production managers due to job loss. Okay. So with minimum human intervention, automation works with minimum human intervention. So maybe most of them will lose their jobs in future. Okay. So here in this class, I want to classify the different industrial robots. That too based on coordinate system. that too based on coordinate system. So here are the four kinds of industrial robots. So based on coordinate system, which are known as polar coordinate configuration robots, cylindrical configuration robots, Cartesian coordinate configuration robots, so jointed arm configuration robots. Okay. So one by one, I will discuss. So polar configuration robot. So it is look like this figure. Okay. So it is having a telescopic arm. It is having a telescopic arm. So this is telescopic arm. So it can be moved. It can be raised or lowered about horizontal pivot. So this is horizontal pivot. So this pivot, which is mounted on the rotating base. So this is rotating base. Rotating base. Okay. So this robot can move its arm in a spherical space. Okay. So this is an arm. Okay. Which moves radially inward and out in telescopic arm. Okay. So this arm, this end effector, which moves in a spherical space. Okay. So the work volume of this robot, it is a spherical space, spherical work volume. So this robot, it is also called spherical coordinate robot. Spherical coordinate robot. Okay. So next robot, cylindrical coordinate robot. Cylindrical coordinate robot. Okay, so this configuration, it uses a vertical column. It uses a vertical column. Okay. And a slide. So this is a slide. So this slide can be moved up and down along the vertical column. Okay. So this is actually a robo arm which can move radially inward and outward with respect to the vertical column, with respect to the vertical column. So this arm radially moves inward and outward. Okay, and so the slider, which can also move from bottom to top. Say along already I told you. Okay, and the vertical column is also it can also move okay. So with the angle theta, so the column can also move about its axis, vertical axis. Okay. So the work volume of this robo is a hollow cylindrical shape. The work volume of this robo is a hollow cylindrical shape. So this robo is also a cylindrical robo. So next, Cartesian coordinate configuration robot. So Cartesian coordinate configuration robot. So it consists of three perpendicular slides. Say along X, Y, and Z axis. So this robot is also called XYZ robot or rectilinear robot. So why it is called rectilinear robot? So the The different motions of this in this robot, the arm, which actually it has only rectilinear motion. The arm of the robot moves rectilinearly. It has only rectilinear motion. Okay, so this robot is called a rectilinear robot. So either X or Y or Z. So the robot arm moves rectilinearly. So when the three slides are moving relative to each other, so this robot is capable of operating within a rectangular work envelope. Okay. So the work volume of this robot is a rectangular. So rectangular space. So in this space only, in this rectangular box space only, so the robot arm will work. The last one is jointed arm robot. So this is actually industrial robot. Okay, those robots are also industrial robots, but their functions are different. Its function is different. Okay. So when you see this, it is just like our arm. It is similar to that of the human arm. So it consists of two straight components, which are known as forearm and upper arm, which are mounted on a vertical pedestal. Okay. See, so this is a vertical pedestal. So this is the upper arm. So this is forearm. Okay. This is forearm. So these two components are connected by two rotary joints. So here is one rotary joint, here is one rotary joint. Okay. Two rotary joints corresponding to the shoulder. One is shoulder and the other is elbow. So this is elbow, this is shoulder. So there is a wrist which is attached to the end of the forearm. So this wrist, it is having several additional joints, which will accommodate for the gripper, for the tool, for the different mechanical grippers, etc. So this wrist has several additional joints. Okay. So here I am stopping the lecture. Okay, so let us once again discuss the summary of today's class. Okay, so initially I started with the CAD/CAM system, how it is integrated, what are the benefits of integration of the CAD/CAM. Okay. Benefit of integration of CAD/CAM is more than the benefits of individual CAD/CAM plus CAM. Okay. So next, who can work on this CAD/CAM system? So those who are having sound background knowledge in engineering and those who can write the program for the manufacturing, and so it is commercially fully commercial system. CAD/CAM is a fully commercial system, and so CAD/CAM can be used in different ways by different people. Some may use it to draw drawings and document design. Some may use it as a tool, visual tool, by generating shaded images and animated displays. Some may perform engineering analysis, such as finite element analysis. Some may use it to perform process planning and generate NC art programs. Okay. So this is a product cycle of CAD/CAM. Okay. You know, mainly there are two processes: design process and manufacturing process. Okay. So overview of product cycle. Okay, it starts from design need and uh, and with finished product. So during the synthesis, what you have to do? During the analysis, what you have to do? Okay, so what are the manufacturing process? CAM process, shipping and marketing. Okay, what are the CAM processes? Process planning, under which production planning, design and procurement of new tools, material order, NCCNC part programs, production quality control packaging. Okay, so integration of design and manufacturing. This, the key model is a geometric model, which is used for all departments, for analysis, for conceptual design, for shape optimization, the details of design, for part programming in CNC machines, for inspection in assembly. So where it can be used everywhere. What are the advantages of automation? Disadvantages. Okay, classification of industrial robots based on coordinate system. Okay, so polar configuration robot, cylindrical configuration robot, Cartesian coordinates robot, and jointed arm robot. So now it's time to ask your doubts. Okay. Okay. Please ask your doubts. Emma, do you have any doubts? Please respond, anyone. Sidhu? Sidhu? Are you there? Emma, class CR evaru Sairam? Class CR Sairam 376. ఎవరో ఒకరు రెస్పాండ్ అవ్వండి అమ్మా. హలో మల్లికార్జున్ 303. Mallikarjun, unmute yourself. Sidhu. Okay, Sidhu asked one doubt. After 15th, classes will be online or offline? He asked this doubt. Okay, maybe online class only. No offline class. So up to further notice time, further notice వచ్చేంత వరకు మీకు ఆన్లైన్ క్లాస్ అయినా. మల్లికార్జున్, ఆజాద్, ఏమా మీ డౌట్ చాట్ రూపంలో కూడా అడగండి. మాట్లాడటానికి ఇష్టం లేకపోతే చాట్ అని చేయండి. ఓకే, నో డౌట్స్. మాట్లాడటానికి సిగ్గుపడతారేంటి బాబు? సిగ్గా లేకపోతే భయమా ఏంటి? సిగ్గు భయంతో కూడుకున్న సిగ్గుతో వచ్చిన వెంకటేష్ 306, అజయ్ 307. అజయ్ యాక్టివ్గా ఉంటాడు, మాట్లాడమ్మా అజయ్. అజయ్ 307, ఎవరో ఒకరు మాట్లాడండి అయ్యా. వాళ్ళు ఉన్నారా లేదా ఏంటి, వింటున్నారా వింటలేదా తెలియాలి కదా. ప్రవీణ్ 321. ప్రవీణ్, ఓకే మీరు మాట్లాడరు కానీ. Okay, here I am stopping the lecture. So thank you very much for listening my lecture. So I am leaving the meeting.